me, but you sound good last time too. So,
Yeah.
So how do producers get paid? Tricky question, I know.
The traditional way of a producer getting paid, you make the track, you make the you make the music, and you submit it to artists, you submit it to managers, you submit it to A&R people, you submit it to the artist's best friend, you submit it to the artist's girlfriend. It don't matter, the hairdresser. You submit these music, and if the artist likes it, if they like the whole song, if they want to write to it, 9 times out of 10, they'll write the whole song without you knowing, and or they'll say, I really need this beat. Okay, let's do it. And then you have to have an entertainment lawyer. Their management company or their record label sends what they call a producer deck, and it's basically saying what your fee is, what your deposit for the your upfront, and it's just a preliminary piece of paperwork to go into a longer, bigger contract for the record. Now the bigger so then you get your upfront, which is your deposit, 50% deposit. You usually pay your lawyer 10% of the whole. You got to pay 10%. Like if you're getting paid $5,000, you have to pay the lawyer the 10% of the $5,000 off of your deposit. Some lawyers will take 5% up front and the other 5% later, but most of the time you got to pay the whole 10%. If you have a manager, whatever your manager's percentage is, they take their percentages off your upfront as well. And you go in the studio, or nowadays, well, before, we used to be able to go into the studio, lay the beat down, and actually sit with the artist and produce the record. Like, for a real producer, not a beat maker, because there's a difference, and we can talk about that. But as a producer, my job is to make the track in front of them, or remake the track in front of them, or lay the track down in front of them, and then coach them on how, say this rhyme this way, say it better, sing it like this, you're off key, sing it like that, you're doing this, doing that, and and I'm building the building, and I'm building the song from start to finish. The artist could be right there writing the song in front of me. They may like the beat so much they didn't write anything, and we're just writing it together. We're conceptualizing. We're spending hours of personal time in the studio creating a record. That is how to properly produce a record. Flash forward to 2020, you go on SoundCloud, you go on YouTube, you find some kid with a beat. They charge 99 cents for the whole beat, or $99 for the whole beat. What they're doing is they're giving away their publishing. They're giving away all their rights for $100 because they want to make money. And some sell it for $200, some sell it for $500, but they're giving everything away for this money. They say stupid shit like, it's a beat, we're leasing the beat. How can you lease intellectual property if you're giving somebody money to use this thing? And this is the difference. I'm giving roundabout numbers, but let's just say Timbaland. In Timbaland's heyday, he's getting $120,000 for a beat, right? For production. It's not just a beat. He's not handing you a beat. He's producing a record and giving you a hit record. Now, people feel like they can get that same type of beat for $99, and they just do it on their own. Some win, some lose, but there's very rarely the back and forth between producer and artist. And so to continue the question, how you get paid. So you got that upfront money, and then you do a full contract. The contract is based on how much royalty points you get, how much points you get at gold, how much points you get at platinum, how much, there's a thing called a cap, and how much, whether they invest a certain amount of money into a record, you still get this royalty before they get their investment back. You can negotiate, or you can get your royalties after they get their money back. Depends on where you are in your space as a producer. Newer producers are not going to get the royalties before. They most likely will get it after. And then you do your publishing. And a lot of people don't understand publishing, but a producer or a composer of music gets, it's weird. They get 100% of the composition of the music. The writer gets 100% of writing the song, but yet you still split it 50-50. So the writer gets 50%, the producer gets 50%, and so that's how the royalties are split. So you have two types of royalties. You have mechanical royalties based on the sale of a record, based on what is made from the record after the money is recouped. But then you also have performance royalties, and most people enter deals with ASCAP or BMI or CSAC, and these companies collect the performance royalties based on radio play, television sync licensing, jukebox play. Like you go into a diner and somebody's playing a jukebox and stuff. Those things are registered. You get royalties from that. Certain like bigger clubs pay royalties on records that are played. Streaming income, all these different types of ways to play your record, you get these performance royalties from, or mechanical royalties from, and that's how a producer gets paid. But if you're that YouTube kid that sold his beat for $200 on YouTube, you ain't getting shit but $200. I know people that sold a beat for $1,000 in a bag of weed, and and that's what you're like. Yo, we have devalued our music so much, and we want to blame it on the black artists want to blame it on the white man and blame it on the record labels, and we did it to ourselves. We do it to ourselves. Let me tell you something. If it's something you really love, like for example, I love Prince, right? So if I see a Prince album on my Apple Music, yeah, I'll stream it, but don't let me see that vinyl in the street.
Mm-hmm.
It's bought. You know what I'm saying? It's bought, period. Don't let me see something that if I really like it, I'm buying it. And, I understand. I don't want to be the old guy being mad at the new way of doing things, but the new way isn't really dope. Spotify does not turn over a profit. People think that, with all these streams that Spotify's making, they do not turn over a profit. You see all these artists that have 1 million followers, but yet don't have 1 million sales. You got 1 million people following you, but they can't put 99 cents into the record.
So the mechanical royalties, just to clarify, the mechanical royalties are on streams, right? Streaming is under the mechanical royalties.
And physical sales.
Okay, yeah, because physical sales are pretty much non-existent.
So the replacement of a physical sale is a stream.
Yeah, okay. And everything else is performance.
Yeah. How about this? Where before I had to sell 1 million records to be platinum. Now somebody has to damn near stream my song 1 billion times for me to receive somewhat of the same reward. 1 billion? Like that's crazy.
It is. And how does that even turn into money though? How does the stream of me sitting there listening to Sign of the Times turn into actual money for the Prince estate?
Think about it. Are you going to ever listen to a time, as much as you love that album, you're never going to listen to Dorothy Parker a billion times in your life.
Mm-mm.
It's never going to happen. And
Mm-mm.
you start to see these things where, in places like India, where there's streaming farms, and nobody calls anybody on this. There's streaming farms where you see a room full of cell phones playing a particular artist's song over and over and over and over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
then,
great.
you know, you have this different revenue streams per platform. You know, Tidal pays this amount, and Spotify pays this amount, and YouTube pays that amount. So it's just kind of, Facebook pays that amount, and it's all over the place. So you can research it. It's 1 point whatever.
It's like 0001
Yeah,
something.
you know,
Yeah.
and but how do you know? There's no proof to it because there's no regulation yet. There's no
Now,
proof to, you know. At least I know. Like, I'm going super old school, but let's I don't know. Let's use the Thriller album.
Mhm.
We can walk into any household and for the most part see a Thriller album. So if somebody lied to me and said, "Oh, Thriller sold 120 million copies," it might not be true. But I know that everywhere I went, somebody had a Thriller album. Or,
you know, it's funny you say that because I felt like that about Ready to Die growing up, right? It was
exactly.
like every household every kid's room I went into, I saw that CD.
Yeah.
Or the Marshall Mathers LP too. That was
Yeah.
another one.
You
Yeah.
saw it.
So I believe those numbers.
So, but when somebody says so and so sold, you know, like, oh, so and so got a gold plaque because their streams were this, that, and I'm like, how do I know that? You know, people are getting gold albums because their one single was streamed 500 million times, so they count it as a full album now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just don't.
It don't equate.
It don't equate, but yet, you know, we live in the time of smoke and mirrors, and you got these kids out here jumping through hoops to get people to stream a record. You know, record labels disappointed. Oh, we only got 7,000 streams this week. You mean to tell me that 7,000 people listened to my song, or somebody listened to my song 7,000 times, and that is a disappointment?
Right.
Try to play one of your favorite records 7,000 times right now. You're gonna be like, yo, I can't take it. It's not even gonna take. It'll be like 4 days worth of playing the same song.
Yeah.
But yet, it's a disappointment because now we're told that if 500 million people don't listen to this song, you are a failure. You know?
Yeah, that's
I'm like,
insane.
I
It's
go into
devalued
offices,
the
I see
music.
these plaques. You know, you see gold and platinum plaques. I'm like, wait a minute. Well, how did this go platinum? How did this go gold? Oh, it was streamed 1 billion times. Then don't put a record on the plaque. You should put a gold iPhone into a case and say, you know what I'm saying? Don't disrespect the vinyl record by giving out plaques to something that don't exist.
They didn't even sell a vinyl record.
Yeah,
Right.
don't. It's like everybody. I don't know, man. It's like people just get trophies for being at the race, not running the race anymore. It's like I don't get it.
But you know what? That might be why some of these young producers are outselling their beats for $100, $200 because they don't even see the money in the actual music because music is virtually free to them.
Oh no, of course you got to get it how you get it. If you're selling, you know, some people, you know, will go as far as $1,500, $2,000, and they sell their beat. You got to get it how you get it. The times change, things change, you know, but it's supposed to get better.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point. You know, like if I got, I don't know, I'm just throwing numbers out. If I got $20,000 a beat in 2007, right? And if my skill set didn't diminish in any way, and I'm trying to sell a beat now, but you won't even pay $500 for it because the last 3 hit records you bought for $99. What am I supposed to do as a business?
Right.
You know, I got to conform or die. I got to adapt or die, and I understand that. But it makes me, you know, as a producer, want to say, well, maybe I just don't want to. Maybe I don't want to be a producer anymore, you know, and go into something else. Because if you're going to diminish my value because of some kid that's just starting out, you know, if your kid is just starting out that doesn't have any money, a $200 beat is great. You just got $200 for an hour of your time. Like, what job pays $200 an hour? You know what I'm saying? So that's great. But that $200 doesn't equate to the future of your product. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't equate to the fact that if this record becomes a #1 hit record and you're out, you just made $300 and now you gotta figure it out all over again. And hopefully now you could say you made this hit record, and now you can command maybe your $200 investment in that track can now turn you into making $10,000 a beat. Who knows? But if I was a corporation, I would be like, why am I paying you $10,000 when I can get it for $99? Like, you know, it's about the bottom line. So it's a tricky thing. It's definitely a tricky thing, and I don't know if there's a right or wrong to it. It's just the new world that we live in.
It's continuous adjustments.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. All right, William, this has been a great conversation, man. I mean, is there anything you want to leave the followers with?
No, I'm just glad. Thank you for allowing me to be on your platform.
All day, anytime, man.
Yeah, you know, for you know, let me run my mouth for the last hour and a half. You know, I'm definitely, anybody who tuned into my classic hip hop brunch, doing it again. Looks like this Saturday we're gonna do it again. Working out the kinks on that, and the latest production of an artist named Bobby J from Rockaway. I suggest anybody who likes that real boom bap type hip hop, please follow Bobby J from Rockaway. He has a dope project out called he's putting out another project called Endless Summer, and he has another project out named Summer Classics that's dope. And you know, he's very consistent what he does. There's another rap group that is coming out called Rebel Nation, that out of Virginia Beach, that's real dope, that hope everybody can look forward to checking out. And you know, I'll make that announcement pretty soon. And then on the R&B side, we got Vivian Green. So she has a single out called Light Up. Please stream that. I like to have a golden iPhone on my wall.
I've always loved Vivian Green's music, man. I remember I was introduced to her around like what, 02 or something. Well, she was with Columbia. Emotional Roller Coaster. I remember that. Yeah, that was back when I worked in radio and whatnot. And yeah, I had like the posters and the promo stuff and all that.
Yeah, man. So yeah, check out the new material. This is my 3rd album that I produced on her, under my label Make Noise, and just go to my bio, click the link on the bio. You can, you know, check the records out. That'll be dope. We're about to put out a new single called Where You Are pretty soon. And my last post actually is like a preview of that single. So, you know, check it out if you can. And that's it. You know, I'm actually working on a project too, like a real eclectic musical artist / producer project. When I'm done, I'll be done, and I'll put it out. You know, I don't have a date on that or anything like that. But it's just about being as artistic as I possibly can. And in closing, I just think that anybody if you're an artist, if you're a creative person, if you're a person with any ideas or any goals that you may have, this may be the time to try to achieve it. Don't allow our lockdown / quarantine to diminish your creative mind. It should accelerate it. You know, even if it's an idea to paint the white wall green, you know, do something. Do something that when you come out of the quarantine, you can see the difference between how you were before the quarantine, how you are after the quarantine, and hopefully it's a creative surge that you have. Whatever it is, whether it's I want to read 10 books, read those 10 books. Now you have the time, you're not doing anything, read the 10 books. Write, if you want to write a book, start the chapters, start that song, start that rhyme, whatever it is. Try to use this time to be as productive as possible, and try to work out. Don't get that 15-pound quarantine weight. Try to be as healthy as you possibly can.
They say we need to do this again, man. I'm so down if, you know what I'm saying, you're able to do it. I
Yeah,
think
man.
these discussions are necessary, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of the stuff that people just don't know. Like, people want to jump in the game but don't understand that you do need capital, you do need investment, and that's a big part that's left out of it. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Yep.
more of these conversations need to happen, man.
Yes, sir.
We would love for you to be on the platform if you're able to do so.
Yeah, anytime you need me, I'm here.
All right, man. All right, well, you have a good one, man. Y'all stay quarantined up. All right, man.
Peace.